It's yours.
Let's go. All right. Um, I have a couple questions.
Oh, well, before we start, guys, thank you so much for joining in. This is a inopportune live feed. Cesar Garcia asked if I would answer some questions, and I said yes, of course. And we're streaming it live on my pages and on YouTube. Cesar, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Cesar Garcia, like Erasmo said, and I attend the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm a St. Joe alumni from Brownsville, Texas.
And thank you for reaching out, and thanks for answering questions. And I will say, we didn't prepare for it. There
No.
weren't any questions given, so it's all yours, Cesar.
All right. The first question is, why should voters feel like things would be different compared to your first term if you get elected this time around?
One of the things that we have in the community of Brownsville, Cesar, is an
Yes.
opportunity to take back something that was stolen from our community as a whole. And what I'm referring to is not necessarily money, but it's integrity, it's respect. It is, doing the right thing, which for us, a lot of people here in the political world in Brownsville and in the Valley, it's very very hard to do. And look, I'll share something with you that I don't know that if you know. I was elected back in 2018.
Yes.
After being elected, after serving for 2 months, I walked myself into the FBI office to report the illegalities of the board members that are sitting there right now. And I did that because I wanted absolutely no part of anything. I wanted to be complicit in nothing. I didn't want to be associated in any way with anything that they were doing back then in 2018 and they're doing right now, Cesar. I mean, to this day, I mean, they continuously steal the money that belongs to the students and the resources that belong to our community as a whole. I mean, they sit on a $600 million a year budget and they pocket what is yours, what is your family's, and what is our future as a community.
Exactly. I'm gonna move forward to the second question. What do you think is the public's perception about you overall, like this topic and everything? Yes.
I, I'll share that I think that in time, the perception of Erasmo Castro has changed a lot because a lot of people didn't understand what social media was about. There's still a lot of people that haven't figured it out. And what I tried to share with individuals was that social media mostly is for fun, for entertainment, to be social. It's like when you go out with friends, you want to be social, you want to be relaxed, you want to like say what's on your mind and express to people what you want to express because it's social. That's why it's called social media. So when I first started coming out on social media and did my pages, I was being an ass, and I said a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have said. And, I hurt a lot of people's feelings along the way. And, and if I've had the opportunity, I've gone back and I've apologized to people. I said, you know what? It wasn't my intention. Or even if it was my intention, I apologized. But in that process, we started to grow amongst our community, man. And, and people wanted a little bit more, and then we modified what the purpose of my pages were. The purpose of the pages were to bring to light all that stuff that these people try to keep hidden. All the stuff that we know that they did. Because one of the reasons that you reached out was because that there's corruption here.
Yeah.
And everyone knows it, but nobody does anything about it. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to do something about it, and I figured, Cesar, that the only way to do anything about it is to take one seat away from them.
Hmm.
So that's what I did, and that's what I hope to do this November the 3rd.
That's good. What do you think you would change if you get reelected or elected?
Immediately, one of the first things that we need to do is, bring back the power to the people.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, here, people, once they get into elected office, they think that they're the powerful ones. They think that they're the ones that dictate. They're the ones that give the orders. And that's not what government is. I mean, it's not what a democracy is, bro. You know, a democracy is, you know, the people, the power rests in the people, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So along the way here in Brownsville, Texas, and in the valley as a whole, says that people have lost track of that. You know, they've forgotten about that, and you know, they get elected and expect the people to serve them. It's not that way.
It's,
They
it's
should
around.
serve the people.
Um, Going into that, why doesn't BISD board hire local engineers and architects from?
You're exactly right. And the reason that they don't, Cesar, is because let's say you're the engineer. You're either not a corrupt engineer who is putting money in the pockets of the board members,
Mhm.
or you're not part of the corrupt political machine. So they don't have to pay you back any favors. See, those are the two groups here in Brownsville that get all the contracts, man. That's why if you're studying to be an engineer, you know, it's going to be very, very hard for you to get a decent paying position here in the city of Brownsville or really anywhere in the valley unless you are part of the corrupt political machine, or you're el sobrino, el primo, el nieto, someone that's in elected positions. And it shouldn't be that way, man. You know, the most qualified individuals need to be the ones that get the key positions that make our community continuously grow and, you know, and to prosper. And I'll give you an example. We always say it, and you know it, man. We always say, en McAllen tienen todo. You know,
See,
they have everything in McAllen, bro. And look, you're in Austin right now. I
mhm,
mean, go out in Austin, you see Papa Dough there on 35.
mhm.
Oh, you see Joe's Crab Shack over there. You see a lot of Asian restaurants. You got Madame Mom's, which I love. Madame Mom's. You know, you got different restaurants.
Sixth
Aquí,
Street.
¿cuál? Sixth Street, Voodoo Donuts. You know, you got variety. And because business wants to be in Austin, because you know they make money in Austin, business wants to be in McAllen, you know, because business can grow. Business doesn't want to come to Brownsville. I mean, 2 years ago we got Olive Garden, apenas, you know. And I mean, come on, Olive Garden's been in Harlingen for like decades, man. And that's what we need to change. We need to change individuals that are in these key positions, that are there because of political favor or because of nepotism, and put an engineer there, put someone que is actually, you know, prepared for a position
Yeah,
in those positions so that we can make our economy grow. We can make Brownsville flourish because Brownsville right now is stagnant.
yeah. Going into talking about Brownsville, what do you think BISD ranks compared to other schools districts in the valley?
Right now, in the situation that Brownsville in right now, it is one of in regards to the administration on top. It is the most corrupt, and I'll give you proof. It is the most corrupt because on December the 6th of last year, the federal agents came and arrested Sylvia Atkinson for taking bribes from an undercover federal agent. That was less than a year ago. And I'm very, very proud that when I walked myself into the FBI back in February of 2019, I went and reported the misdoings of Sylvia Atkinson on that board. So right now, in regards to the top administration and the board, the worst is BISD.
That's tough. Um, how do you think BISD's handling COVID in schools?
Let me tell you, they have made one mistake after another mistake after another mistake. Back in March when COVID hit, you know, we started doing these live programs, and you know, and we started doing the live programs because we found that not only the school district but the community, the county, the city, they weren't giving us the facts, man. They weren't giving us the information. So I started to follow the trends that were happening in South Korea, that were happening up in Spain, in Europe, and the stuff that was happening in New York City. Not only was I following the trends, I started to invite individuals in Spain, to come on these lives and to share with us, their opinions, their concerns, and a lot of things that they were living out over there, because I knew it was coming down here. BISD didn't prepare for a thing. They prepared for nothing, nothing. So what happened is it was a one misstep after another misstep. During the summer, they brought in staff onto the campus. They brought in students, and people died. So just because of that, it's been a mess.
It's hard. Oh, this is a. I have a question for you. Someone asked me if those canas are real.
Are these? Yes, they're very real. I didn't paint them. I'll tell you a funny story though.
Yeah, tell me.
I hated canas, and some 10 years ago, de repente, they started coming out right here, and I was going like, look, and I'd take them out, and then de repente, because I was taking them out, I started to notice there were more. Dun, 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 dun. I go like, damn! And it got to the point I said, forget it, voy a quedar pelón aquí nomás de estas partes. So no, they're not colored in. They are actually very, very real.
They come from experience, right?
Yes, ¿cómo dicen? Estas canas no salen en balde.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. What do you think about the St. Joseph community?
I love my people at St. Joe. Let me tell you, one of the things that I can easily say is I have a great relationship with a lot of the folks at St. Joe. I tend to go to different events like football games, basketball games, and I always have the same reception. I have the same reception at BISD, and I have the same reception at St. Joe, because I'll say this. One of the things that I had a lot of issues with when I was on the BISD board es que le daban un chorro de celos of the other board members, because the truth, man, and I would go into an event, I would go out to a football game or to a basketball game, or they would present for me, and let me tell you, people would start cheering, bro, cheering, and Erasmo, and wanting to take pictures and everything. Well, the other board members, they were all butthurt, they were all jealous, and okay, why, and it was funny because they'd sit us all in the line, and they go, que la Minerva, la Pingüina Peña, y que la Silvia, la Rata, que se ni. And they went, each and every one of them. They got to me because they would always put me at the end. They got to me, and everyone would start to cheer. And they say, oh, well, it's because he goes to the schools. Well, let me tell you, I would go to St. Joseph events. Same reaction, bro. I mean, and it's not, and I don't say it arrogantly. I say it because one of the things that I've noticed about the youth is that the youth están al alba. I don't know if it's technology, I don't know if it's social media, if it's internet, but they know, bro. You know when someone is sincere and someone is full of crap. And that's why I think a lot of like the students at the BISD, at the schools, seniors, juniors, they knew that I was sincere. They knew that I wasn't out there trying to screw people over. So they in turn responded very, very kindly towards Erasmo Castro. My people at St. Joe are the same way. I have great relationships with a lot of the parents. I have great relationship with the coaches at St. Joe because I go to a lot of the games. But I love my St. Joe people. And, a lot of times, as a board member, they want to say, well, you represent BISD. You don't represent the private schools, and you don't represent the charter schools, And I said, I don't want to be that type of board member, because people from St. Joe, they vote for Erasmo Castro. You, Cesar, you get to vote for Erasmo Castro. So I have to represent you. You elected me.
We're all a community.
Yeah, I don't care if you go to St. Joe. I don't care if you go to IDEA, if you go to Harmony or to Jubilee. I don't care. You voted for me. And even if you didn't vote for me, I still represent you as a taxpayer in the city of Brownsville. So to me, there's these are the BISD kids, or this is the BISD, and this is the private schools. To me, there isn't any of that. To me, it's our community, which is what's important.
Going to the idea and the charter schools, why do you think BISD is losing so many kids to those schools?
Uh, First of all, because of the raterio, the raterio. And what happens, says one of the things that I found out as a board member was that BISD uh, has a lot of amazing programs. A lot of amazing programs. And I say that because it's true. You would go to any school. There's a lot of things that are going on at BISD that don't necessarily go on at a lot of the charter schools. Our band programs. I don't think we have a band at St. Joe, but our band program is amazing. Our fine arts, hombre, I mean, amazing. And y'all have an amazing fine arts program as well. But I mean, amazing things that make BISD shine. The problem is that these people, the ratas at BISD, they give BISD a black eye. They make it look bad. So what happens is, because we're not marketing the great things that are happening at the district, what happens is that a lot of people decide, you know what, let's try charter out, because I don't know what the hell is going on at BISD. And then they hear all the negatives that go on BISD and they say, screw it, let's just try charters out. And once charters have the students, they make sure that they keep them, some way, shape, form, or other. They just cater to them. That's what we have failed.
I agree. I was curious on that. What do you think are the differences and similarities between private and public school systems in Bronzeville?
I'm sorry, the what?
What do you think are the differences and similarities between public and private schools in Bronzeville?
Well, the socioeconomic status is the difference.
Okay.
The socioeconomic status is the difference, and in some cases it isn't. And I'll give you a couple examples. A lot of the people that are more well off, they tend to have the opportunity to send their students, their children, to private schools. And again, because they are blessed, they have that right. Ahora, apart, one of the pros about going to St. Joe is you're probably going to get a lot less students per classroom than you would at a regular school. So what happens is the ratio is a lot better. So you get a lot more attention.
Get a more first person with the teacher.
Yeah, more time with the professor, with the teacher out there. So again, that is a big blessing. But again, the socioeconomic status is one of the things that differentiates. One of the things that I would say is the same, is that we're all community in Brownsville, man. And you're going to find a lot of a-holes in St. Joe, a lot of fresitas que se creen mucho. You're going to find those people, que se la maristean de que muy bules. But that you find that in everywhere. You go to the public schools, you're going to find los fresitas, los que se creen mejores que todos los demás. It doesn't mean that everyone in the school is like that. And I say that because, let me tell you, one of my nephews was invited to on a scholarship to go to St. Joe, and he's not, social economically advantaged. So it's not the case for everyone there, because sometimes St. Joe will want to bring in some, good football players, some good basketball players, like my nephew was, in order to, make their team a little bit stronger out there, which is great, man. If you have the capability of doing that, that's great. So I would say that that's one of the main differences out there. But what I was getting to is that, look, we're all a community. We're all related one way or other, man. And I'll give you one quick example. This year, back in February, the superintendent from BISD, they didn't let the students from the charter schools and the private schools come out in the BISD parade. And I thought that was wrong. I thought that was wrong, because the spirit of Charter Days is to bring, two nations together, la amistad, community together. Let them participate. Who cares if they're private schools? Who cares if they're charter? And my reasoning is we're all related in some way, form, shape, or form. Somos primos. So to my
I only have 2 cousins that go to St. Joe. The rest all go to public BISD.
Exactamente. So for your cousins that go at BISD, they don't know why y'all were excluded, and it's going to hurt them. Hey, man, why are you going to exclude my primos? My other family members that go there. It should have never happened. And I think that's one of the big mistakes that BISD made during this year and has made, to try to make that separation even greater. No, we need unity, man. And it's a great thing to have choices. It's a great thing to have private schools. It's a great thing to have charter schools. Again, I always went to public school, and I would probably send my kids to charter schools if I had kids, but I don't.
Um, Another question. What do you think? Is if there is a lot of obesity in BISD or in Brownsville overall?
A lot of what?
Obesity.
Publicity?
Obesity.
Obesity.
Yeah.
El problema es la tragazón, you know? I mean, goodness gracious. We got some amazing food, man. Los mendigos tacos. And I tell people, like, every night I go to hit the Taco Bell. Have you been to Taco Bell?
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, no. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box.
Yes.
Let me tell you, that Jack in the Box got some good mini loaded tacos.
Yeah.
And those
rolls.
those egg rolls, oh, or the wedge fries with cheese and bacon and stuff. I mean, just delicious food, bro. Y por algo te da de comer like 11, 12 at night. Well, you know, we've got all these amazing foods, y pues la tragazón, and that's just part of the problem. And I think I'm going to say that technology has partial blame, you know, because antes, I'll tell you, antes we andábamos en la calle para ir para abajo, walking back and forth. Now los chavalones están así pegados en el teléfono o están pegados en el Xbox or ¿cómo se llama that game? Fortnite and stuff. And so they don't do anything but stay home. So it's a lot less exercise. But it is a big problem because you know, we need a healthy community. Yeah, I don't know if you know this about me. I lost 250 pounds.
Really? When?
I was weighing at one point 493 pounds. Massive. And it got to that point where I didn't want to be unhealthy anymore. So I decided to take measures into my own hands, and I lost as of now 250 pounds. And I still need to lose another 40 pounds, but after this race.
All right. I think we're done with the questions. Thank you so much, Erasmo.
Well, thank you. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
You want me to ask you some questions?
I wasn't prepared, but
I wasn't prepared either.
yeah. Oh, go for it.
All right, man. So, Cesar, what is your major?
Oh, I'm majoring economics, minor in business.
And do you plan to come back to Brownsville, to work your career, or do you plan to be absorbed by another city that's a little bit more prosperous?
I am planning on going back with my parents and their local family business. My dad does everything: construction, transportation, everything.
Are you okay?
No, se me cayó el teléfono.
All right, let me ask you, what is your thought about COVID-19 in Brownsville, Texas?
I think it should be fine if we would all wear masks. I think it would drastically change. I still believe that it spread with wearing masks, but it would reduce it by a lot.
Yeah, and again, one of the things that we try to encourage individuals, besides wearing a face covering, is maintain social distancing, and use hand sanitizer, wash your hands. Let me ask you, as the elections are coming up, someone just jumped off the.
My friend, because the door's locked. I don't know.
Hey, only on live TV. Hey,
Yeah.
One of the things that is coming up are the elections. Are you ready to vote? Are you ready to vote?
Yeah, I'm ready to vote.
Good. Sorry?
Oh, I'm voting. Oh, I didn't hear you. My bad. Se cortó.
You ready to vote?
Yes.
Good. What motivates you to go out and vote this election season?
Well, I believe that we should all vote because, that's the only way we have our voice to be heard, by voting and for the people that we believe in.
What are your number one concerns at a local level and at a national level?
in the national level, with depending what, it's so broad. Like I don't know. Can you explain?
Like, yeah, and like at a national level, are you concerned about the economy? Are you are you concerned with COVID
That's
19?
coming in. I think we should call it off because they're all coming in.
That's okay. Any last words?
Um, I'll see you soon. We'll have another one of these.
Yeah, let me know. I appreciate the question. And encourage everyone out there from Brownsville, Texas, to come out and vote. We need you to vote in these next elections.
All right. Well,
Thank
Lemos.
you. God bless. And I will say, Cesar Garcia, I don't know who that was. Cesar Garcia, I don't know who that was. St. Joe student reached out to me on Instagram. He is studying in Austin, Texas, engineering degree. I think that's what he said. And he said, would you answer some questions live? And I said, sure, because I will answer any and all questions live. Uh, he's an expert on it. I lost you. Uh, I don't know. I don't know a lot of the guys. I'm sorry that we didn't get a lot of your questions. Again, Cesar Garcia asked if I would do a live and answer some questions. I said I would, and so I did. Studies economics with a minor in business. Hook 'em horns. Hook 'em horns. Yeah, and I said I would. Will there be more of these with Cesar? Cesar said that he would want to do more. And again, guys, one of the things that I've said, I'll answer any questions. And I'm sorry that I missed a lot of the questions. I was not wanting to jump into the questions that y'all were asking. Jose Pablo, it's a civic duty. Good job. And he's an expert on it. I'm not sure. Ask him about Commerce Clause. You want me to ask him in regards to Commerce Clause? Sorry. Saludos. No, 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 no. Not going to fall for that one again. Was there a board meeting? There is a board meeting. There was nothing pertinent, and I actually had some individuals on that meeting, so they were going to check and see what was going on. So we'll see what's going on. Again, guys, Cesar Garcia asked if I would answer some questions, and I said yes. Sorry, I didn't see your question, Jose Pablo. But again, Mr. Garcia mentioned that he wanted to do more of these before the election. And again, I will always answer questions. Always, always answer questions. Sylvia, give back the money. Any other questions? And I'm sorry if I missed your question. I'll answer it now. Again, the only reason we did this one was because Mr. Garcia asked if I would. This wasn't a board meeting. No, not this one. Cesar Garcia is a St. Joe student who is now enrolled in at UT, and he is a I forgot. Someone just mentioned it. Studies economics with a minor in business. And again, I said that I would answer all questions out there asked. We will have the show at 9 o'clock. And again, if there are any other questions, we'll answer them now. If not, I'm going to shut this down and go to Jack in the Box to go eat me some loaded mini tacos. He's actually no, he's a student. Be nice. All right, guys. It was. Let me see if I have any question. Who are the corrupt people on the board? Say the names and bring them out to public easily. Uh, Drew Brown, Prissy Roca Tipton, uh, Minerva Peña, uh, and Philip Cowan is not corrupt. He's just a flip flopper. Little Eddie is on the verge of being corrupt, and the board attorney, Baltasar Salazar, is corrupt as F. And of course, we all know about Sylvia Atkinson being a rata, asquerosa. Is he a Sylvia troll? I don't know who. Again, I'm sorry, I might have missed some question, guys. Oh, what is your favorite Whataburger meal after a party, Mr. Erasmo? Well, Camilo, I don't drink anymore, but I would say that taquito with cheese, back then it was a sausage taquito with cheese, crispy tortilla, or a B.O.B. Here's another question. Why did BISD spend so much money on a new Sam Stadium scoreboard? I was against the scoreboard, Connor, 100% when it was being built. But when I came on the board, it was already there. With that said, it is a beautiful scoreboard. We paid too much money for it, though. I think we should have not paid $1.4 million for it. It was way over budget. But you know, one of the things, Connor, is that everything here is always over budget. Unfortunately, it's how they rip us off. Uh, yes, a great guy. Any other questions, guys, or else I'm going to shut this off. Um, let me jot those names down. Yes, Drew Brown, Prissy Roca Tipton, Minerva Peña, Little Eddie, and Baltasar Salazar. Bronzo still gives you 3D still gives you rides after drinking. I don't drink, Alejandro, anymore. I actually stopped drinking back in January, and I hope never, ever to drink again. ¿Cuánto se clavaron? Millions, millions and millions of dollars. Yes, I'm not sure that was a question. For historical reasons, how many cookies have you consumed since starting your campaign? I know that I've eaten like 5 today. Defamation on the board members? The ratas. I can prove it. Damn, I still remember the fajita guy in Bird spending $1 million of fajita gate. Not a good thing. What makes them corrupt? They take money and they pocket it. Money that should be going to students and to our resources. Corrupt. Except Kitty Cat. I like when you call it Kitty Cat. ¡Al Bebo! Alejandro Garfias, ¿cómo nos fue? Saludos hasta California. Muchas bendiciones, papá. Mucho éxito y pues estamos orando por ti. What's up, Michael Ramirez? My man. Why do you approve of Trump or why not? Does this affect your future as a U.S. citizen? There are some things about Trump that I like. There are some things about Trump that I don't like. I don't do the Republican, the Democrat. I hate both parties. I think they're all corrupt. Todavía no. Canto como en media hora. Suerte, suerte, suerte. Le dices a tu mamá que nos mande un link para poder estar al tanto. Muchas bendiciones. Guys, I'm going to end it now. Again, thank you, Cesar Garcia, for the interview. And y'all could ask did not prepare in any way, shape, or form. Did not send me questions. And again, I will always, always answer questions on the fly. Have a great rest of the evening. Free pizza? Sure. Please elaborate. On the Trump? Sure. I think that I like what Trump has done in regards to the economy. I like his strong stance against other nations. I'm glad that he's making them pay for their fair share. I don't agree with the harsh stance on a lot of our DACA students. But with that said, I will say that Trump did send a proposal off to Congress where he actually would have legalized many, many of our DACA students more than what they were asking for. The Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer dropped the ball. Uh, I don't agree with the hard stance in regards to healthcare. I think we need some form of healthcare for our people out here. I think we need a little bit more social services for our folks. Just a little bit more. Saludos, Mayra. Gotta go, pero saludos. Saludos, bendiciones. Do well. Guys, I am going to shut it off. Guys, thank you so much. Saludos, saludos. Bájenle a la de harina para perder peso. Guys, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Cesar, again. God bless. See you at 9 o'clock in the evening. Adios.